listen, very quickly, we must do ka-ching business. You've got a compilation of greatest hits, a greatest hits package called Evolution coming out, and I think that comes out on April the 17th.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
It's not so much being released, it's escaping. Because it's been delayed many times. Yeah.
But, I mean, there is genuinely a lot of excitement, because what you've done is, for April the 7th, you're bringing out You Spin Me Round again. But this isn't, you're not re-releasing it, you've done it again.
Yeah, we re-recorded it, so it's a reproduction, just like I am.
But it does still, I have to say, it does still sound like...
I know, and I'm so pissed off. I've got such a strong voice that when I was in the studio, we were putting it through all kinds of machines, and it still came out sounding like me.
So, this record, apparently, it's #1 on all the club kind of pre-release charts and everything.
It's got a phenomenal response
from the... But the radio isn't playing it. I mean, we'll hear it at the end of the show, and it's actually the sort of sound that's really big at the moment. And so I don't quite understand why the radios aren't playing it.
The first time around when I initially made that record, it was actually 1984 that record was made, and it got no response from radio, and then in 1985 when it was actually #1, it was not really supported by radio in a heavy way. I just think that I freak people out a little bit, and they don't want to expose the nation's youth to people like me, because they think I'm going to be really, really strange and unusual. And
but they had you as a guest on Blue Peter.
I know. Yeah. And the things Blue Peter made me do when I was a child. Remember that tortoise they had called Fred?
Not right.
I painted my tortoise. It was a lady, but I painted it Fred, and it died because it was lead-based paint.
How we laugh. No, don't do that. It's wrong. Well, listen, we hope this will be a #1 again, because you'll hear it at the end, and it's brilliant. It's one of my favourite songs ever. Why do I want to see this? Oh, I know why I want to see this. Because, right...
It's got a baby photo.
Yeah, this is Dead or Alive. Now, there's people now, and here is how nature intended.
Oh, come on, you look, I only went a little bit... There's not that much difference if you look at all the dimensions as nature intended.
Well, no, there you were at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, the thing is, have you finished?
Oh, no.
No. What next?
It depends on the boredom factor. It's very difficult for people to understand something like this, but in the 80s, when I became a pop star, I was a pop singer when I began. I had a #1 record, I was a pop star. I saw myself on the front of so many magazines, on TV all the time, and I got really bored of looking at the same face, and I'm sure most people do get bored of looking at the same thing. That's why women bleach their hair, that's why women buy makeup, that's why men grow a beard, that's why they shave the beard off, and I just got really bored, and when I'm bored with things, I alter them.
And it's no attempt on your part. It's not about masculine, feminine. You're not trying to become a woman in any way.
I think if I was going to try and become a woman, I know enough about women to be a darn sight better woman than this. You know, I could be a very good woman because I know all the trickery and everything that they do to build that image. I have no intention of being... In fact, I've got an absolutely ginormous knob.
Hooray!
And I would
is
never
that
dream...
natural?
Yes, it is natural, but I would never dream of getting rid of that. I'm Venus with a penis.
Listen, very quickly, two things. Is it true that when you were growing up, you were very influenced by Red Indians? You loved American Indians?
Oh, I was absolutely crazy about... I lived in a teepee.
No, he's not making that up. You did live in a teepee, didn't you?
I did, yeah. My mother used to have to bring... I went to school very late. And when I did finally go to school, my terms of being at the school were that I could have my teepee outside in the playground. So she would roll up at break time and set up the teepee. And I'd take up residence in the teepee and take visits from the other children in the teepee. And also I refused to remove my Red Indian headdress and wall plaits. But I was deadly serious about that, so that was a sign of something to come, really.
It really was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The clues were there.
Yeah.
But now, we were thinking about kind of strange habits, and you do have one other strange habit, the shoe thing. Is that true?
Well, do you really want me to be honest with you?
Oh, it's not.
It is true. It is true, but it used to be changing my nose. Before I had a record, I always used to have some surgical procedure, but obviously I've given up on that. So now it's shoes, and I insist on buying at least 2 pairs of shoes before I have a professional showbiz engagement.
So are those new shoes?
These are my wife's shoes. I couldn't find any good ones yesterday.
Oh, actually, can I just say, because there was a bit of a murmur there, I didn't ask you about that because I know that you're married, but you are married, and you've been married for years.
Yeah, I've been married for, I think, 26 or maybe even 28 years. I don't count the years, really, but it's forever. We met when we were 16. That was a very long time ago when I was 16 and she was 16.
And now, does she look the same as she did in the wedding photographs? This is just you
No.
that's... Oh, right.
She looks a lot better, too, but some of it's bound to rub off, isn't it? I mean, I don't think she's as... She doesn't have the same low boredom threshold with her appearance because she's not exposed in the media. But my marriage, I keep quite private because she doesn't really want to be famous or anything. But it's the best move I ever made. You should try it. You should get married one day because you get everything.
I'm too selfish. It would annoy me.
I'm terribly selfish.
Do you live with her?
No,
because I could get married if they live next door or something.
Well, the longest time we've ever been apart, I think, is 9 days. That's the longest time we've ever been apart, is 9 days.
Oh.
And that's
now, you weren't expecting that, were you?
No, you weren't, but you know you can't judge a book by its cover.
Or its contents?
No, well...
But listen, talking about the odd behaviour, the shoe thing, whatever, we were inspired by this, and we asked our audience if they had any strange habits. And God knows they do. Where's Roxy Morris? I love...
Yeah, well, you know.
No. I mean,
Other
she
bits
just got...
of her are held on by bits of tape.
Maybe. No, she was on here, and she is doolally, God love her, but...
No, she was very undoolally on Larry King. She was very undoolally. I was so disappointed. I loved her when she looked like RuPaul's grandmother, and she was and she went all Jackie Stallone on camera, but she's not like that anymore. She was actually... I stayed up so late last night to watch LaToya Jackson, and I thought she was going to lose it on camera, but she wasn't. She was very, very sane.
Now, this sounds like such a cliche, but for you it really is true. Big in Japan.
Oh, phenomenally big.
And what is it about you, do you think, they just love?
I think that I must represent rebellion to them, because no matter what you see visually of Japanese youth, they're very expressive in the fashion sense, and I think that I represent English rebellion to them. They think that I'm really wild and strange, and...
I love it. Anyway, we've talked about art this evening. We must have mentioned it somewhere. So we asked our audience to think of themselves as a blank canvas. That was the easy bit. But then to recreate themselves as a famous work of art. So come with me now as we play Framed for a Laugh. It's over here. You want to come with me? Good. Brilliant. Oh, lovely. Now, if you want to stand here...